Ah. Ugh. Sorry, everybody. It keeps switching my camera. Good morning. Hope some folks tune in a minute. So I will be waiting for that. In the meantime, good morning. Come on in, everybody. Good morning, friends. This is my first time doing this, so I'm not really sure how to tell who's tuned in and who hasn't. Definitely say hello if you're here. Hi, Heather. Welcome. Good morning. Hi, Sydney. Welcome. This is a little bit weird for me. I've never done this before, so thank you all for humoring me. My living room is sort of the only space in my home that's big enough to set up this this yoga set here. Morning, Lori. So please forgive my pupper and my kitty if they come into the shot. This is very homegrown and very of the times that we are in, just making do with the spaces and the places that we have, and being grateful that I have a place large enough in my home to do this in the first place. Hi, Rachel. I'm so glad you're here. I'm glad you made it today. So, oh, good morning, Emma. Yay, this is exciting. Rachel, Emma, this is about to be your life in a couple of days. Virtual teaching. You guys are going to be rock stars, I know. I think if you all don't mind, we'll wait a few more minutes and just see if anyone else is going to come in. And I covered up my TV and my whole entertainment console with these tapestries because I thought they were slightly less distracting than the actual media stuff behind it. So again, thanks for bearing with me with my makeshift yoga studio set. Taylor, I don't know if you're here or not, but welcome if you are. Good morning, Alyssa. Yay. Okay, this is fun. If you all don't mind, I'm gonna wait a few more minutes to begin, and I'm gonna move my phone back by the mat. That's where the music is coming from. And if you all wouldn't mind just telling me how the volume is with that. And then after that, I'm gonna let Rosie out real quick so she won't disturb us during our practice. And then come back and we'll get started in 5-10 minutes, depending on who else shows, if that's okay with you all. So let's do a sound check. See, of course, here she is by the door thinking we're going out. So let me know if that music sound is good, and you all can see me all right, all of that. And I'm going to let Rosie out quick. All the pictures in the desk drawer, but I want you back in the middle of the night. I want you back. Come on, Rosie, let's go pee pee. In the middle of this fight. I sleep in the middle of the night. I want you back in the middle of this fight. Baby, come back and fight. Baby, come back and fight. I don't do the things I used to do, and I don't drink the way I used to. All your advice, I finally took it. When you're not around to see me do it, but I want you back in the middle of the night. I want you back in the middle of this fight. I never sleep, and I gotta get it right. I want you back in the middle of this fight. Baby, come back and fight. Baby, come back and fight. Okay, so how's the sound, gang? Just got Rosie back in. Oh, good. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Hi, Denise. I was waiting for you. Hi, Linda. You shouldn't need a link, Lauren. Okay, let me reply to Lauren Clary. Did anyone have to use a link to join in? No, right? It should just be public. This is my first time going live. Y'all, you've given me an excuse to wear makeup for the first time in a week, so that's nice. Thank you. Okay. Hopefully Lauren figures it out. Thank you, Linda. I hope that Lauren figures it out. So let me just tell her. Just go to Callie Flo's page and it should be streaming. Perfect. Okay. All right, everyone. So I'm going to go back here and talk to you. First of all, thank you so much for joining me this morning. Taylor and I are still working so hard. The studio is still under construction, and they're getting it closer and closer to being done every day. So the one really good thing is that when all of this is passed and it is safe for us to open our doors, we will be ready to. But in the meantime, we both felt like it was super important to, told you the puppers and the kidders would probably come out to play. And of course now they're being feisty and trying to fight with each other, so you go away. But this is life, right? So I think it's sort of the perfect, it's not really a mirror, it's exactly what's going on. We're all home, but we can do what we can do within our home, and within ourselves and within our practice to just kind of join each other and be present and socially distance, but not distance from each other socially, if that makes any sense. I think it's super important to still connect with ourselves and each other in times like this. So I am just grateful that you all are here. And I'm going to get emotional for a second. I'm a crier, forgive me. But this is not easy, and but I'm so grateful that we live in an age, a modern age, where we can connect with each other virtually like this and have a space and a place to see each other's faces, hear each other's voices. I'm a huge fan of Marco Polo, and it's basically kept me sane. If you have that app, I'm sure you know, and if you don't, you should get it because it's a great way to keep in touch with people. Sorry, I'll get off this soapbox now because you came here to do yoga. So just like the very first book of the Yoga Sutras says, Om Yoga, now yoga. So here we are. We're going to ground down and do about an hour of practice, and I'm really trying to focus on incorporating some heart openers into this practice today, because I know that in times of anxiety and anxiousness and stress, we often get really shut down and shut in, and it's nice to open our hearts, and it may feel really vulnerable in this sort of time and space, but when we sit in that place of vulnerability and stillness with ourselves, that's when magic happens. So thank you so much for showing up today, and we're just gonna roll. I have a guided meditation that I'll lead you through during savasana, and I just look forward to all of that. So I will add in the comments for people who are watching this later to tune in around 10 minutes, and I'm grateful to you all for your patience and hanging out. So let's slow it back down. This will work. So everybody just wants to join me in a comfortable seated position. We're just gonna kind of warm up, sit in with our breath, warm up our bodies a little bit, and move into the practice slowly as it is Sunday morning. So good morning, everyone. Let's rise and shine together. So you're just going to close your eyes. This is not the song I want. All right. Close your eyes. And just say to yourself in your mind's eye, Om Yoga. Now yoga. Here we are in our homes in an effort to stay safe and healthy. And we have the gift of this beautiful practice of yoga. Yes, letting go of your attachments, as Ram Dass just said. Letting go of the way things are. Breathing. Gratitude for the prana, the breath, the life force energy that flows through us, connecting us to each other, to all that is alive, to ourselves. Inhaling that prana, holding it in our bodies. Exhaling that life force back out to the world. It is amazing, Ramdas. Going deeper and deeper with our breath. Filling your Buddha belly way down deep, all the way to your root chakra. Filling your breath up to your heart, up to your third eye, and releasing it down and out. Inhale, lifting your arms to the sky. Taking a little tiny back bend, just waking up your spine this morning. Exhale, bringing the arms down. Inhale, bringing the right ear over to the right shoulder. I'm realizing I'm the opposite of you. Forgive me. Follow along on my side or the cue. Inhale, coming over to the left shoulder with the left ear. Really breathing deep into that stretch. Now we're going to do a little half circle to bring the shoulder all the way back around. Right ear to right shoulder. Remembering to breathe. Exhale, rolling back around, left ear to left shoulder. Coming back around to the right side. This time, if you want a little deeper stretch, we're going to reach our left arm out to the side and just walking it away. Really focusing on keeping both of your sits bones flat on the mat. Just really feeling that oppositional pull up and out with the head, down with the arm. One more big breath here. Exhale, bringing it around to the left side. Reaching out with the right arm. Again, feeling that oppositional pull. Inhale, lifting the shoulders up, rolling them back behind you. Keeping the chest nice and lifted. Continue that roll. So we inhale, roll them back. Kissing your shoulder blades as you go back. Sorry, y'all. Inhale, rolling the shoulders back. Inhale, last time to the back. Inhale, rolling forward. Inhale and exhale forward. Inhale up. Exhale, rolling forward. I like to make these really big and juicy. So you kind of see my whole arms get into it. Last one there. Now we're going to do some spine rolls. So we're going to reach. Inhale, pushing our chest all the way out to the front. Exhale, rolling it back. Really waking up that spine this morning. Inhale. Exhale, rolling it back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, rolling it back. Inhale, forward. Exhaling it back. And now we're going to change directions. Inhaling it forward. Exhaling back. Inhale forward. Exhaling, rolling back. Inhale forward. Exhaling back. Last time. Inhale, reaching up very high with the arms, looking up with the hands. Rolling forward to that forward fold, sitting down. Walking our hands over to the right side, trying to keep both sits bones flat to the floor. If you want a little extra deep stretch, you can stack that left hand on top of the right. Just aiming to keep that left hip on the ground. Bringing it back through the center, coming over to the left side. Stacking the hands if you choose. Remembering to breathe and keep that right sits bone on the ground. Coming back to the center. One more big breath here. Inhale, reaching up and bringing it back down. Now we're going to walk our right hand down to the mat and reach up and over with the left arm. Again, keeping both sits bones flat on the ground, really using that right arm as an opposition to push down so that you feel a stretch all the way down the left side of your body. Keeping your chest nice and lifted. Remember, today we're keeping our heart open. Inhale, lifting up out of that. Exhale, coming back down onto the left side. Reaching up and over with the right arm. And I'm really pushing down into the mat with my left hand, like I would grip during a down dog, really gripping down, pushing through so I get that deep stretch in my right side. And inhale, lifting up and out of that. Now we're going to meet in a tabletop. So you're going to come onto all fours. Whew. I need to sweep my living room. So we're going to have I'm going to take a tip out of my delightful friend Ingen's book. Yesterday I practiced with her. She lives in Norway. So we're actually going to start with our knees quite wide, our toes touching, heels out, and we're just going to sit back into a child's pose, walking the arms out. Once you really feel that stretch nice and deep, you're going to bring either your chin or your forehead down to the mat. Just really kind of dig into this child's pose a little bit. Really a deep child's pose with our knees nice and wide so we can really activate our spine and open up our hearts today. You can do a little bit of a twist there. That feels good to me. Staying down here, we're going to walk our arms over to the right again like we did in that forward fold. You can stack your hands, and once you're all the way over and feeling that stretch deeply, you're going to bring your head back down to the mat. Two more big breaths here. We're going to walk it around to the left side. Finding that stretch, and you can stack the hands. Once you get that stretch good and long, bring it back down to the mat. Last big breath here. Bringing it back to the center. Coming up into our regular tabletop. We have our knees hips distance apart. Our wrists are shoulders distance apart, and they're stacked. So we're going to do some cat-cow here. We're going to take a big inhale in, lifting our chest up and open and our sacrum up to the sky. And exhale, scooping it all out for our cow. Inhale, lifting the chest and the sacrum up high. Exhale, scooping it out. Inhale, lift. Exhale, scoop. Last time, inhale, lift. Exhale, scoop. Now just take a couple of breaths to move how you'd like. Hi, my angel. Yes, I'm doing some cat and cow. Okay. All right. Give your wrists a nice little tilt. Rosie wants to participate. Now you're going to walk your knees back a little, keeping your feet flat on the mat. You may have to walk your hands forward a hair. So we're flattening out into a modified plank. We're going to ease into our chaturanga this morning. So we're going to do some knee, chest, chin. So our knees are already on the mat. Now we need to bring our chest and our chin down to the mat so our booties stay high to the sky. As our chest and our chin come down, keeping those elbows tucked really tight, then you're going to inhale into a little baby cobra. Exhale, coming down out of that, pushing back to our child's pose. Now I've got my knees a lot closer together, which is a different stretch in child's pose. We'll give that a shot one more time. So again, feet are planted on the mat, knees are down, we're coming down like in a chaturanga with our elbows tucked tight, leaving our booty high to the sky, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale into a little baby cobra. This time, exhale, coming down to the mat, tucking your toes. We're going to push back into our first down dog of the day. Woo! Now, you can have your knees bent here. In fact, I would recommend it for this first down dog of the day. We're really getting grounded in this pose, finding that straight line in our back, head between the arms, resting. Really sticking that sacrum high to the sky. We're going to inhale, coming up on our tippy toes and looking forward. Exhale, bending the knees. Walk, step, or jump to the front of the mat. Inhale on a little half lift, which is a flat back. You may want to bring your hands to the shins. Rosie's doing some down dogs just out of the camera's view. Dang it. Coming back down to the mat. I'm going to turn this way so you can see me. We're just going to hang out here in this forward fold. Hang out in ragdoll for a minute. If your hamstrings are really tight, it may be beneficial for you to bend your knees slightly in this ragdoll, like this, so that you really can take it easy and just really nicely, friendly stretch those hamstrings. So you can bend it like this, or straighten them out. There's always a slight bend in my knees when I'm working on this. We're gonna swing side to side here. Just really waking everything up, warming everything up. Now we're gonna bend the knees, bringing the hands back down to the mat. And we're gonna slowly roll ourselves up, one vertebra at a time, taking care that you stack your shoulders, your neck, and your head very last. Okay, I'm gonna face you all for a minute. So we're gonna do some, just some standing work before we get into our sun salutations. So we're gonna inhale, reaching way up to the sky, looking up through our hands, greeting that sun. Just really owning that for a second. Now we're going to reach back with the right arm and forward with the left arm, aiming to keep our hips really square. So you look like this, keeping those hips really square. You can stand hips distance apart or with your toes together, heels slightly apart, but really just working on opening up this shoulder. This is another amazing stretch that I learned from Ingen yesterday, and it just is so heart-opening, and my shoulders tend to be super tight, so this is just like, woo, feels really amazing to me, hopefully for you as well. One more big breath here. We're gonna inhale it up, coming back up to the sky, just reaching, elongating our spine, creating space, room for all of that prana and energy, relaxing the shoulders down. Inhale, exhale, bringing the left arm back. Sorry that my back is to you all now, but remembering to keep those hips squared off, relaxing your shoulders if at all possible, just really feeling that opening up this shoulder. Woo! Inhale, bringing it back up. Give yourself, clasp your fingers together except for your pointer fingers, giving us a nice karma mudra. Inhale, do a little back bend. Take care not to compress your lower back. Come all the way down into a forward fold. Inhale, little half lift. Exhale, folding it down. Bending the knees. Rolling up. One more Norwegian treat from Ingen that I learned. We're going to bring our hands behind our back, clasping them together. Inhale, lifting the chest, opening it up, reaching down and out with the arms. Breathing here, really opening up that chest. Good morning. Now we're going to bring the arms around to sit on the right hip. So you're going to bring your arms all the way over to your right hip. And you're gonna bring your elbow back and just hang out here for a sec. This is also an amazing shoulder opener. Just really opening up your heart, opening up your whole chest and upper body. Try not to sway your back and cock your hip out too much. Just keep it underneath you. And really just breathe into bringing that right elbow back, back, back. Woo. Releasing that down again. Reaching back. Hugging the shoulder blades tight, tight, tight. I have such broad shoulders. This is hard for me. Woo. Bringing the arms around to the left hip this time. Bringing that left shoulder back. Now I feel this really strongly here in this arm that's in a bind. And then also down that right upper arm, excuse me. Actually, it's our left arm, looking at my own reflection and saying that side. So this arm, I can feel it all down here. So just really, and throughout the whole chest, lifting, softening into the pose, breathing, filling any space where you really feel the tension of that stretch with that prana, softening it right up. Releasing that down. One more little stretch back with the arms. Bringing it over. A little half lift. Reverse swan dive. Exhaling through prayer pose and into mountain pose. Already feeling that strength, that confidence, and even through vulnerability, but confidence and just power in that mountain pose with our chest opened up, so wide open, hearts open, just sending love and compassion to the world, to everyone around us. Taking a breath here. Relax for a sec, have a sip of water. We're gonna move into some sun salutations. And I'm going to turn my mat toward you. Now, you know what? I will just come to the front of the mat. And I'll do it sideways, and we will just rock on, gang. Here we go. I have to stand. So be at the front of your mat if you can. There's a table right in front of me, so trying not to hit it while I do my forward fold. Whoa. Using the space we have, right, gang? You can start with your feet together, toes touching, heels slightly apart, or you can begin at hips distance, whatever feels best for you and grounds you the most. I like to attempt to begin with my toes together, but I end up usually with my feet a little bit apart. So we'll see how I do today. Inhale, reaching up high to the sky. Exhale, forward fold all the way down to the mat. Inhale, a little half lift. Exhale, planting the hands onto the mat, stepping back into that plank. Coming down through our chaturanga. Inhaling into up dog. Exhale, pushing back into our down dog. Staying here for 5 breaths. Walking your dog, playing around here. One more big breath. Inhale, coming up onto the toes. Exhale, bending the knees, looking forward. Inhale, walk, step, or jump to the front of the mat. Little half lift. Exhale, folding it back down. Whoops, lost my headband. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, coming down through prayer pose and into mountain pose. We're going to do that one more time, attempting to be a little more on the rhythm of our breath. So here we go. Every movement on an inhale or an exhale. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, folding forward all the way down to the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, planting the hands, stepping back to plank. Rolling through your chaturanga. Inhaling into up dog. Exhale, pushing back to down dog. Staying here for 5 breaths. Inhale, coming up onto the tippy toes. Exhale, bending the knees, looking forward. Inhale, walk, step, or jump to the front of the mat. Little half lift. Exhale, going down to the mat. Inhale, reverse swan dive, coming up through that prayer pose and down to mountain pose. Taking in that prana, feeling that warm breath coming through. We're really bringing in that sun energy, bringing in that good masculine fire. All right, we're going to do sun A's one more time, but this time I'm going to just flow through the movements, and I want you to go through it at your own pace, on your own breath speed. So we'll just meet back up front after this round. So begin whenever you're ready. Remembering to stay in that down dog for a few breaths. Standard practice is 5. Okay. Take your time. Redo my headband here. Hopefully it stays on. All right, gang. So let's move into a bit of our standing flow here. Got some good sun sals in there. We'll skip B for today. It's Sunday after all. Let me check in on the time here. Great. So we're about halfway through. So we're going to begin at the front of our mat. Inhale, reaching high to the sky. Again, opening up that chest, lifting up your heart to the sun, to the sky. Grateful for this beautiful weather we've been having this week. Thank God we can go outside. Thank God we live in a beautiful place. Exhaling it down through prayer all the way down to a forward fold. Inhale, giving yourself a little half lift. Now from here on out, gang, I'm going to give you the option to flow through your chaturanga. Flow through that vinyasa. So that's going chaturanga, up dog to down dog. Or you have the option to just meet me in down dog. Do whatever feels best for you. Yoga is a gift, not a competition. As my wonderful friend Amanda Bocout once told me, Divine Femme. Check her out if you don't know her already. She's an amazing artist and yoga instructor. And she told me that, and it has been a mantra for me many, many times over. Yoga is a gift, not a competition. So please do what feels best for your body this morning. So now we're going to exhale back down into our forward fold. Option to flow through your vinyasa or meet in down dog. I'm going to flow through. Walking our dog for a quick breath. Coming up, crouching our dog, giving it a nice little puppy. Ooh. Coming back to that full down dog, fully expressed. Inhale, lifting that right leg high to the sky. Exhale, bringing it forward between the hands. Planting the back foot at a 45-degree angle so your toes are facing this top corner of your mat. We're going to lift up into a warrior one. So we inhale, lifting up. Now in warrior one, I need to adjust. I'm not in good form here. You might have to shorten your stance a hair because you want your hips fully square. Think about being on train tracks rather than a tightrope for warrior one because it's going to help you give yourself the space you need to get those hips fully expressed straight forward. Reaching up with the hands, relaxing the shoulders down, looking forward, standing strong in this pose, making sure that knee is over the ankle. Checking out my form in the video. This feels very exposing. We're going to inhale, adjusting that back foot back and parallel to the mat so that we can move into a warrior two. Again, knees over ankle, left leg is straight. Now your hips are facing to the side and your arms are straight out and you're looking out over your right middle finger. The hand over your bent leg. Again, relaxing the shoulders down. Always trying to find as much space between the ears and the shoulders as possible. That'll really engage these muscles. You'll feel it differently in your arms. Inhale, straightening that front leg up, reaching forward, coming into a triangle pose here. Now, the goal is not to touch the floor. If you can, great. But if you find that you start to lean over, come on up. The goal here is, again, open, lifted chest. Arms are stacked, so your left shoulder is right on top of your right shoulder. Reaching high, looking up, really just engaging your left side. Leaving that front leg bent, we're going to inhale, bringing the left arm down the left leg. Right arm reaches up and over, reversing our triangle. It's useful for me to think about in these poses that I have a wall right behind my back and my body is covered in paint and I'm trying to make a full body stamp. So I'm trying to get as flat as I can. We're one sheet of paper. Reaching down, Bending that front knee. So for me, that's the right knee right now. Bringing my right arm down with my elbow bent, like I'm holding a butler's tray. Bringing my tray down onto my knee. We're gonna, again, create as much space between the ear and the shoulder as possible. Reach up and over with the left arm, keeping the chest nice and lifted. Those of you that practice with me know I really like this sequence. Just really keeps you open and just really stretches out and opens up all sides and parts of your body. Leaving that front leg bent, reaching back, left arm down the left leg, up and over, exalted warrior, reverse warrior. Different names, same great pose. Cartwheeling our hands back down to the mat. We're going to stay here for a minute. We're going to bring that left leg down, bringing it down so we can go into a low crescent lunge, opening up that hip. Relaxing your shoulders down, focusing forward. Bringing the hands back down to the mat, tucking the toes, pushing back to that down dog. Let's do all that on the left, shall we? Inhale, lifting that left leg high to the sky. Exhale, bringing it up between the hands. Planting that back foot at 45. Remember, you're on train tracks here. Inhale, lifting up into that warrior one. Remembering to square off the hips. And relax the shoulders down and back. Really opening up the chest, opening up the hips. How are we feeling? Hope everyone's feeling good. I can't get a response, which is weird. Inhale, reaching up and over, adjusting into that warrior two. Planting that back leg parallel with the mat. Reaching forward. So the knee is over the ankle. We're looking over our left middle finger. Again, trying to stay really lifted, but keeping those shoulders grounded, grounded, grounded. Really, that engages your arms big time. Inhale, lifting up, reaching forward, coming down into that triangle. Now you're getting both angles. If y'all were a wall, would I be full body painting you? Woo! Woo! Excuse me, my foot slid. Leaving that front leg straight. Inhale, reaching up and over. Right arm down the right leg. Left arm up and over the body. Reverse triangle. Really lifted chest, gang. Coming down, bending that left knee. Bringing our tray arm down. Reaching up and over with the right arm. Hope you're sweating. I know I am. Really getting that warm prana moving through the body. Inhaling that front leg bent. Reversing our warrior. Cartwheeling the hands down to the mat. Bringing those right toes to face forward. Dropping the right knee, untucking the toes, reaching up for that low crescent lunge, really feeling that in that right hip flexor, that right psoas, right inner thigh. Woo! Opening up the body, opening up the spirit, the soul, the mind. Coming back down to the mat, tucking the toes under, stepping back to that down dog. Slowly walking your feet up to the front of the mat to meet the hands. Stepping that left leg back, but your toes are still facing the front of your mat. All 10 toes are facing forward. Your heel is lifted off the ground. You're really pushing back and through that back heel like there's a wall behind you. Lifting up into that high crescent lunge, really letting yourself feel that opening here in the hip, keeping the knee over the ankle, reaching up, 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 pulling down with our shoulders, always finding the oppositional pull in yoga. Lifting up, switching that to a warrior two. Woo! Coming up, facing the side in our 5-pointed star. Feeling the energy pulsing through our fingertips, through our toes. Energy is coming everywhere in this pose. Really active, really strong. Just all that heart energy flowing through us. Sending it out into the world. Healing energy. Energy for everyone's health and safety. Inhale, lifting those arms up over the head. Exhale, bringing it down into a goddess squat. Giving yourself some slow pulses here. Just a few. Inhaling it back. Bringing the arms down. Tucking the toes forward. The heels out. So you're standing slightly pigeon-toed here. So that we can inhale, folding forward through a flat back and all the way down to the floor. I like to sit into each of my hips in this pose. Really get all the good juice. You can bend your knees slightly. You can hold on to your ankles, your toes. You can hang in ragdoll. Just really take advantage of this and do what feels good to you. Inhale, coming back to that flat back, up to the top of the mat. Now you're going to go back into your warrior two on the right side. And then you're going to cartwheel, stay here in your warrior two, ground down. Cartwheeling, the hands rolling forward. I'm going to come to this side so that I don't have my back to you again. Then we're going to step back into our down dog again. Notice I'm taking it easy on the chaturanga flow. Sunday morning. Slowly walking our feet up to the top of the mat to meet our hands. Giving ourselves a nice half lift. Whoop, Hello, back porch. Folding down, bringing that right foot back. Toes facing forward, heels off the mat. Left foot flat, flat, flat. Left knee over left ankle. Inhale, reaching up into that high crescent. Really owning that. Owning this opening up of the thigh. Really digging into that stretch, feeling it nice and deep. Inhale, reaching up and over, bringing that into a warrior two. Remembering to look out at your dristy over your left middle finger. Inhale, reaching it up, coming into that 5-pointed star again. Woo, power pose, gang. Just pulse and radiate that energy. Oh, this is a great song for it. Woo, here we go. Inhale, reaching up to the sky, coming down through prayer, squatting into that goddess pose. Give it some pulses. Reaching up, bringing the arms down, bringing the toes in, the heels out, so that we can hinge forward through that flat back, coming all the way down to the mat. Play around here, move your hips. Just really get that good juice. Now I'm doing a little plie, a little bend in my knee, and straightening my back and just really finding that oppositional pull. Back and down with my booty and my legs, and out with my head. Down into the ground with my arms, just really grounding. I didn't realize how much I needed to ground today until I started doing this practice. Inhaling through that flat back, coming back up to standing. Jumping back into that warrior two. Cartwheeling the hands down to the mat. Pushing back to down dog. Coming back down onto the knees. Going back into that wide knee stance. Toes touching. My knees are as wide as the mat right now. Pushing my booty back to my feet. Walking forward. Pushing down and out with my hands. Really grounding into this child's pose. Really just grounding, but also fully opening up our body as wide as we can in this pose. Feeling the width in your rib cage, in your hips. Just expanding, we're expanding, expanding, expanding here. Coming back, bringing our feet underneath us. Just find a comfy seat. I'm going to face you. We're going to bring our feet into a butterfly position. That diamond with our feet, soles of the feet touching. Sitting up really nice and straight. If your hips are built like mine, your knees will be high to the sky. That's okay. This is not a flexibility exercise. That's a bone thing. So flap your wings. Grateful to be here. Taking flight even in our own homes. Reaching up, inhale, reach high into the sky. Exhale, bringing it all forward. I like to grab my legs for a little extra pull. Grab your toes. focusing on a flat back right this second. I need to adjust my feet a hair. Just really trying to keep my back flat for these few breaths. Now I'm gonna roll over and scoop my back out like a cow. Coming over to the right side, really just getting that stretch in there. Woo, however that feels best to you to achieve that. Coming back over, heading over to the left. Opening our legs up. Nice straddle here. Sitting up nice and tall. Reaching up, inhaling high to the sky. Exhale, folding forward. Again, I'm trying to go flat back first. Really using my hands to kind of pull me down to the ground a little further because I feel like really stretching today. If you don't feel like that, if you want to take it easy, just hang out. Take it easy. Give yourself a little bend. To me, it just feels really good to push hard today. So do whatever serves you best in this practice today. Now I'm going to round my back out and really fold it forward. Walking over to the right leg, knee, nose to knee, keeping that left sits bone on the ground. Now bringing the left arm up and over, opening up the chest. You can bring your arm down. You can be on your leg. Just really aim to open up your chest here. Ooh, you'll feel it in your back, in your side. Moving my headband again. Folding it back down. Walking it through the center. Coming over to the left leg. Nose to knee. Try to fix my headband while I'm down here. Now lifting that chest up. Right arm goes up and over. Left arm, whatever is comfy for you. Again, focusing on keeping that right hip down on the ground. Nothing is gripping or grabbing. Everything is nice and loosey-goosey. Coming back to the center. Lifting up and out of that. We're going to come. You stay where you are. I'm just taking, oh, someone's home or here or outside or walking. Rosie! Rosie! Sorry, everybody. Hold back up. Let me see if I can stop her. I'm sorry. Rosie, stop. 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 Sorry. Rosie? There's another little dog walking by. Quit. Stop that. I'm almost done. Luckily that didn't happen during savasana, right? So we're going to sit with our feet planted on the mat. I'm just going to work through it because she's going to bark until whoever's walking by goes away. I'm sorry, y'all. So we're going to hold on to our knees or the back of our legs. I like to hold on to the front of my knees. We're going to do some seated cat-cow. We're going to inhale, lifting the chest up nice and tall. Exhale, scooping it back. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, scooping back. Inhale up. Exhale back. Last one, inhale up. Exhale back. Now, we're gonna come back up to seated. Bring our feet and our knees together. Moving into boat pose. Coming back, tilting, so that we're on our booty. Reaching forward. If you can straighten out your legs, go for it. We're gonna hold here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go very slowly. Coming down to the mat. Nice work, everyone. We're going to do a little bit of floor work before we move into the savasana. So we're going to just lay here for a sec. We're going to hug both of our knees in. Give them a nice little hug. Roll out your back a little. Really just kind of feeling that. Rosie, please come here. Stop barking. Thank you. Hi. Stop barking. We're going to lower our left leg down to the mat, keeping our right leg folded in. We're going to take the left hand holding on to the right knee. Right arm comes out to the side with your shoulder down on the ground. We're going to twist up and over with the right knee over the left side of the body. Your aim here is to keep the right shoulder down on the mat. If you need a little extra leg support, you can tuck that left leg underneath. If not, leave it flat. I'm sure this is a super flattering angle for me. Untwisting that knee, leaving it up. Bringing that left knee up, giving it a hug. Rolling out the back of hair. Bringing the left leg down or foot down to the mat. And the right leg crisscrossed over it. So you're making a 4 with your legs or a triangle. And now you're going to lift up that left leg. Just get a nice stretch through the hips. Feel alive. Starlight raining over me. Like drifting through a memory. One more breath here. Release that down. Letting that right leg drop down to the mat. Bringing that left knee in, giving it a nice little hug. Holding on to the left knee with the right hand. Left arm goes out to the side. Shoulder stays down on the floor. Bringing the knee up and over the right side of the body. Again, you can bring the right leg under for a little extra support. This is really opening up that shoulder still. And getting a nice space and twist into your whole left side. Coming out of that. Hugging in both knees, rolling out the back of here. Bringing that right foot down to the mat. Left leg crosses over. Making that 4. I really like to focus on pushing my knee back to add to that inner thigh engagement here. Bringing up the right leg. Here you go. Starlight raining over me. Like drifting through a memory. Wake up in your crystal sky. One more big breath here. Release it all. Woo. Coming down into a supine butterfly here. Just giving us a chance to just be wide open. Bringing those knees up, giving them a nice little hug one more time. You can even bring the shoulders off the mat and really just roly-poly here. Oh, now we're going to come all the way down to the mat. Forgive me, I'm going to change the music here. I'll talk while this is playing. So we're going to come into Savasana, corpse pose. You're going to have your legs just straight out, flat on the ground, feet relaxed, arms out to your sides, palms facing up. And we're going to close our eyes. Stay lying down with your eyes closed. I'm going to change the music real quick. And I'm going to do a little guided meditation for you. So just stay here in Savasana for a moment with your eyes closed, feeling your breath, noticing if your breath feels deeper, more even, a little calmer than where we started this morning. Really just appreciating that space. Inhaling deeply. Holding that prana in. Exhaling deeply. Sending that prana out. As you continue to breathe, picture yourself in a beautiful meadow, a field full of wildflowers. It's a beautiful spring day, and you're surrounded by the most beautiful, vivid wildflowers. Feel yourself sitting on the earth, surrounded by these flowers, grounding into the energy of the earth, feeling the energy and beauty of the flowers that surround you, watching them as they sway in the breeze. Slowly you rise to your feet and begin walking through this meadow to a clearing that you can see in the distance on the other end of the meadow. As you make your way through this field of wildflowers, you take in all the colors and the scents and the beauty around you, touching the silky petals of the flowers, watching the wisps of the dandelions float in the breeze, grateful for the beauty that the earth provides. As you come to the end of the field, the clearing leads to a beach. Beautiful white sand, warm to the touch from the sun above. And now you really feel the warmth, the fire radiating from the sun, pulsing down, warming your skin, warming the sand, warming your heart. You're in this warm bubble of fiery sun energy. Feeling that warmth radiate into your core and into the earth's core, connecting us all. You continue walking down the beach until you reach the water's edge. As you begin to feel the waves crashing over your toes, they're small waves. It's calm water, but you feel that gentle ripple washing over your toes, cooling you, refreshing you. You step further into the water, allowing that water to roll over you as you walk deeper and deeper into the cool, refreshing waters. Until you come to a point where you can no longer touch the floor. But this doesn't scare you, it brings you comfort in knowing that there's a vast open ocean waiting for you to dive in. And you do just that. You dive down under the water's surface, diving deeper and deeper until you see something glimmering. It's the opening of a cave. You dive deep and down into this cave and enter into this cave and begin to notice the crystalline walls of the cave. Shimmering crystals line this cave all over. Beautiful crystals, shimmering, reflecting back light, reflecting through the water, creating beautiful prisms of light. You swim to the center of the cave where you see a beautiful rose quartz crystal. You swim to this rose quartz crystal, lifting it up, holding it to your heart. Infused in this crystal is exactly what you need today in order to feel confident, happy, strong, calm, and connected. This rose quartz is infused with all of that source energy, bringing you that divine wisdom, that divine light, that connected love. As you lift this rose quartz to your heart chakra opens up and you're able to place this rose quartz crystal into your heart chakra, illuminating the light inside of your chakra. That emerald green light begins to pulse out of your being and into the world. Everything that's infused within that crystal is now infused within you. That confidence, that strength, that love is radiating out of you, pulsing through your aura, sending that love and light out into the world. You take one last look around your crystalline cave, knowing that that crystalline cave is always there for you to access and full of that wisdom and love and connection whenever you need it. You thank that cave for being within your heart and begin to swim out back into the wide open, cool ocean waters. You swim effortlessly up and up, finally breaking the water's surface. Breathing in a deep breath of cool, refreshing air Prana filling your lungs, filling you with even more life as you step out of the ocean's edge, stepping back onto the warm sand of the beach, filled with that fiery warmth of the sun, drying the cool waters off of your skin. You begin to walk back towards your meadow of wildflowers. Coming back into the meadow, you find a place in which to sit in your meadow, surrounded by the beauty of earth, surrounded by wildflowers, knowing that you've connected with all 4 of the elements on your journey: earth, fire, water, air. Sitting down in this field of wildflowers, bringing your hands over your heart, knowing that you're now infused with the love and wisdom of that rose quartz crystal in your heart chakra. And you're radiating that through all 4 elements and into the universe, connecting with everything and everyone around you, sharing that love, knowing that you don't need to be able to physically touch someone in order to be able to touch them. Taking a few breaths here, slowly coming back into the space, keeping the eyes closed, remembering to thank the elements and the universe for showing you that these gifts were inside of you and are always accessible when you want and need to connect to them and yourself. Taking a moment to roll over into a fetal position, whatever is comfortable for you. Keeping your eyes closed. Slowly, as if with no force or energy, lifting your body up into a seated position. No effort, no energy. Coming into a comfortable seat with your eyes remaining closed. Taking a moment again to breathe and really just be one with your breath. Bringing your heart or hands to your heart center in prayer pose. Thanking yourself and your body for showing up to this practice today. I can't tell you how immensely grateful I am for you showing up today. I really needed this connection and community today. And I'm so grateful that you all showed up and that I could show up for you. The divine light in me honors the divine light in you. Namaste. Thanks, everybody. That concludes the practice and meditation for today. Forgive my puppy and kitty for playing. They're cooped up too. So I appreciate your patience and your support. And thanks, everyone. I really hope that you enjoyed it. And if you have any questions or comments or critiques, please send them my way. You can message CaliFlow, or you can message me, Whitney Snow, directly and give me some feedback. I would really appreciate it. And I hope that everyone has a really, really great rest of your Sunday today. Hope that it's a Sunday fun day. And I look forward to getting to do this with you again soon. Thank you so much.